mighty people who create temples, then who create swimming pools, and then who have 300 acres farmhouses and nice skyscrapers just next to this place. And then some people have huge palaces on the hilltops. But here is a person, he is a couple, Amrita Garu and Satya Garu, who created a nice institution. Not nice exactly, but a path-breaking institution, which will not just 100 years, Satana, so it will, I think, very samvatsaralu Devendara. So, because you have a very, why do I say this? Because you have a very patient audience. So, and then who are willing to digest everything that is thrown at them. So, that is very important virtue to continue an institution. So, this is going to survive the test of times, and then in future, this is going to become Ask University. Why not? So, yes, why not? When people do not know how to read and write, and then people who have eaten hundreds and thousands of crores of public money have created, Mahindra universities and Anurag universities and all other universities where, sons of MPs, you know what happened in Mahindra University? Sons of MPs then, giving a lot of hard times to not just the university authorities but also their colleagues. And then their unfortunate colleagues releasing the videos that nothing has happened, and then their parents, the so-called public representatives, releasing the videos that is just kid stuff. So you have gated communities of all the prosperous people on one hand, wherein they teach how to plunder this nation. Here is a very modest beginning, although it's going to be a very path-breaking, modest beginning where a nation is being made. I am happy that Manikanta has, rightly pointed out, reclaiming the republic. So I'm very happy that you have volunteered to be the part of this great gathering. So I also congratulate the first batch of alumni who is graduating from this institution. I have only a few things to share with you all. I'm not a seasoned politician like those people who have been, like our Professor Kancha has mentioned, Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. So, but or KCR in Telangana. So, but I was a bureaucrat till recently, and then I had the fortune and opportunity of shaping the lives of 10 lakh students approximately while working in social welfare and tribal welfare residential schools. That's how I came across Professor Sudarshan and Mani. So friends, one of the important things is what really troubles me is that there is a huge gap between Professor, the time gap, when I say not the ideological gap, the time gap between Baba Saheb or Jyotirao Phule, then Baba Saheb, then Kanshiram, then Kanchailaya, then, and there is, I think, 30 or 20 or 25 years of gap. So any society that wants to liberate from the shackles of slavery, from the shackles of oppression, must not have intellectuals in such a few numbers. I want you to appreciate this. You must have a string of intellectuals, a steady stream of intellectuals coming up like, the gushing water stream. So then only the society will flourish. We cannot have very few intellectuals. So you must, that's what Kancha keeps on telling in all university conversations, that enough of civil services, enough of group 1, enough of group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5. But you need to have a very strong academia which thinks very independently, and then also writes boldly and also conveys the message. So that did not happen. So if it doesn't happen, then we are a failed society. So my first request to all of you is that please mimic Professor Ailaya, mimic Professor Sudarshan, or mimic all the great icons whose photographs are displayed here. So we must have a steady stream of intellectuals. That's point number 1 and the request number 1. Number 2, I'm very happy that you have started a data science program, and then I could see Rani and Ajay and others. So, but that should not be the end of the life. Please remember. So that should not be the end of the life. For 7.5 package, after 1 year it might go to 25, and then later you can become 50, and then later you can become a millionaire or a trillionaire. But that doesn't make a society, or that doesn't make the marginalized section, not just scheduled castes or scheduled tribes, but everybody who is marginalized, everybody who is neglected, the powerful. So becoming a billionaire or a trillionaire, or having one or two people and then celebrating their lives and again will not make a society a powerful or equal society. Wherein I want all of you to, after going to certain stage, you must come back to the society and then do what Amrita and Satya Garu are doing. This is very important. Please remember. Otherwise, you become the proud alumni, and then they keep celebrating and keep sending as many batches as possible into the society, and then you are lost in the wilderness. That should not happen. So my request to you is that whenever you get opportunity, whenever you feel comfortable, please leave your bubble and go to the real society and then serve the people who are most needy. So let me recall a couple of examples. During COVID-19 pandemic times, all the schools were closed, and the government, Chief Minister was not willing to open the schools, even though there was a relaxation from Government of India. The schools can be opened with a little bit of precautions. So, but because children were least affected with, least susceptible for COVID-19 pandemic, so we started. What we did was, we didn't want, like many children used to send SMS to us, sir, I'm feeling hungry. So I don't know how to secure food. Then my sarpanch is not allowing me to go out of their home, and then my mother is already dead, and then I don't know what to do, and no teacher is coming to me, and then I want to do this, I want to do that, and then once school's open, I don't want to lag behind. So I've been a child with slow learning. So all these things, what we did was, we requested people like you. We requested all those students who are supposed to be doing good in the studies to start their own study circles in the villages. So all we did was that we had sent WhatsApp messages, the word files in the WhatsApp messages, and they downloaded or they used those word files to teach the children in their vicinity. Maybe there are some juggies and jobbies here. So like that, everywhere we started the village learning circles. So believe it or not, we started about 21,000 village learning circles in Carona pandemic. And no teachers went there. All the students, 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, then 12th graders, and degree college first year students, second year students, they started running these institutions. Today, what I request all of you is, wherever you are, at least teach 10 to 20 people. This is very important. School or a college cannot be the only solution for the problem of illiteracy or the problem of oppression. So education or seeking knowledge or liberating what the values which Sushma has just spoken about, the liberty, justice, equality and fraternity, they need not always be taught in the schools. They can be taught in your vicinity, in your homes, in your places of worship, or in the places where you chill out. So wherever you are, but start being the icon of or beacon of knowledge to the extent possible, and that will become a movement. If you don't do that, the danger here is, if you don't do that, and if you depend on only the government, if you depend on the universities like Anurag or Mahendra or Lovely Professional or etc., 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 so then you are taken for a ride, and then you will not be allowed, and then even if you go there, you will not be taught. So I am in Yatra. So I have been traveling in Telangana for the last 172 days, and believe it or not, I have visited about 1,300 villages so far. I am in Yatra. I broke my Yatra only for attending this function. Believe it or not, none of the villages, none of the parents have asked me for better education. This is a danger signal. I repeat, in 1,300 villages, none of the parents, even the poor or rich or anybody, none of them have asked me for a better educational facility. This is a danger signal where the country is heading to. They are happy with all soap operas, then sitcoms, all the shows, and happy with all the pranks in YouTube videos, happy with all the cricket matches and everything, or happy with all the free liquor that is flowing. Liquor is so democratized in the country now. And then earlier there used to be only one wine shop. Today every second home is a wine shop, because it has become a very freely. Water is expensive, but liquor is very cheaper today. Our government has earned about 35,000 crores. 35,000 crores in pandemic time. Imagine. So, but none of the parents or the senior citizens have asked for better education. So people do not know what do they need to liberate themselves from poverty or to liberate themselves from slavery. So this is where you guys have to intervene, and this is very, very important. So same is the case with health. Imagine people going to Ibrahimpatnam Public Health Center to get operated for family planning, and four women, they become sick, and then again they go back to the same hospital after operation, and suddenly they are dead. Then when doctors reverse engineered, they were operated upon with rusted knives and scissors. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a country after 73 years? 73 years. So still you have public health centers next to Hyderabad which are operating on the patients with rusted scissors and knives or scalpels. On the other hand, the rulers who are ruling this state or country have so much of deeper pockets in their treasury to build a next Falaknuma Palace next to Hussain Sagar Lake. For what? To satisfy their egos. Same money could have been used. 1,500 crores is the cost of a secretariat. 1,000 crores is the cost of the police command and control center. 1,000 crores. And Chief Minister uses 79 crores to shuttle from his Pragati Bhavan to farmhouse every year. 79 crores. Imagine. Then people do not know all these things. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about the data here. People do not know about all these things. When the voting comes, the same money that was plundered from people comes to the system, and then that is given in the packets of 5,000. In Munugodu by-election, which we recently fought, 45,000 rupees per family, and then voters postponed their voting decision till 3 p.m. Then we went to some villages. Why is that you are not coming to vote? You know what they said? Sir, we didn't get money. So unless that fellow comes to a home and then give the money of 45,000, we are not going to come. Then they got the signal. Then immediately went and then gave 50,000 rupees per family. 50,000 rupees per family, and then 300 crores were spent only to provide free liquor to people. So then they won. Then they won with very slender margins, but their egos are satisfied, and then that's how they propagate their exploitation. Then where are we then? Amrita Satya Foundation has a historic responsibility. Historic responsibility to create an intellectual class, create a revolutionary class, no matter whatever be the stereotyping, to create a revolutionary stuff, to create a band of missionaries who will come what may, who will go to the interior-most parts of this state and the country and educate the people about the Constitution. The Constitution isn't a threat now. Now educate the people about this Constitution, the values enshrined in the preamble, and the fundamental rights and the fundamental duties of the citizens, and the threat to the Constitution. Unless you and I tell the people, they are not going to realize. Otherwise, they will be hijacked. Their thinking will be hijacked in the name of some or other issue. So this is the danger the country is facing, and this is a great opportunity for the people like you. So with these few words, I really thank you. I really thank you for being so noble, so visionary, and then laying a very solid foundation, being very generous. So I have already talked about the generosity. So being very generous, and then being so radical in your approach. Although you have not had an opportunity to go to great universities like Harvard or Stanford or London School of Economics, but you are much better than the products of those universities, although you have not been there. Because what matters, finally, this is the line with which I will conclude. What matters in life is the intention. Intention here, intention here. If you don't have intention, even if you are from the top class university, be it Harvard, be it Stanford, be it London School of, be it Ashoka, be it JNU, DU, or whatever, if you don't have, or HCU, if you don't have the intention, gone. The whatever you have learnt is of no use. If you have the intention, right intention, then the all forces under the sun will conspire to make your dreams true. Thank you very much. I follow.